Hey everyone, I'm Bob Wong, Senior Manager of Worldwide Pre-Sales Technical Enablement, and I'm here at Tech Jam Orlando 2025 with Ed Karaszewski.
Hi, Ed Karaszewski, Senior Director of Solutions and Technology at IISL, located in Plainview, New York.
What differentiates you in the industry? What do you want to be known for at ISL?
We started off about 35 years ago in that focus, and what we found is we wound up doing a lot of engineering talent for our end users, where we got into things like that. Those old systems were very heavy, very large. So we'd have to go into a data center and find out, from an architect, can it support all the weight? So we had to do a lot of engineering work as time went on to continue these processes. In the last 2 years, what we realized is to differentiate ourselves from others, there's two things that we need to do. One was, as a company, we achieved ISO certification, and the other is our certifications. That we had to just go and say, not just from the different application vendors, but just on processes themselves. So that's where we've taken advantage of things like Tech Pro for the technical folks and Sales Pro for our sales teams.
Can you tell me more about your partnership with HPE, what that experience has been like? What are the partner programs you're involved in?
Well, as you know, one of the ones I'm most proud of is being part of the HPE ambassador community. I got into it the second year that it existed. And with that, I was asked to be part of the Tech Pro Advisory Board. The data is constantly changing. When I started, everything that we were doing was published in a book, and that book was updated by HP. HP at the time was updated quarterly. Now we're in this constant influx of everything either being a SaaS platform or online configuration tools. So the change of pace and the pace of change has accelerated.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that's what Tech Pro's trying to strive to do, is try to help partners keep up again with all the pace of change and new products every month. It's a lot to keep up with across the breadth of HP's portfolio. As a company, ISL has chosen to go into certain practice areas and partner with HPE in certain competency areas. How did you go about deciding if you wanted to pursue that with HPE?
So we saw GreenLake as really an extension of our ability to deliver to customers solutions that fit their needs. And then there's the GreenLake partner-led piece that came into being. And I think that was very important for us too, because now that lets us to continue that relationship, having quarterly or monthly meetings, depending on what the customer needs, and being part of that whole ecosystem, right? Because we're the trusted advisor. And then we have HPE's backing behind us with the tools and functions and features that are in the platform for us as a partner.
That's amazing. So you're part of Partner Ready Vantage. Can you tell us what that experience has been like and the various sectors of expertise have you explored there, and what have you found interesting there?
The MSP piece has been pretty interesting. Why? Because customers over time, a lot of them have had some staff reduction. So they're relying on information. They need the information to run the business. So that's where we took on, Partner Ready Vantage with MSP to go in and leverage the tools that HPE has in the ecosystem.
Yeah.
Right. To instrumentate and have that data back to them so they can operate without having to worry about the daily tasks.
I love that. I think that adding that extra value to customers through the managed service, the days are over of just providing some product and walking away or talking to them at the next refresh cycle. You've invested a lot into being an HPE partner. And in terms of certifications, et cetera, can you give some advice for the audience in terms of what that investment was like?
Well, there's always the initial piece of, getting that first level of certification, but then we move into, the digital badges and things of that nature. Think of your digital badges as like the dashboard in your car. There's some things that will be warnings and other things that will be in danger, right? The warnings are, hey, something's happening, you need to proactively address. Maybe an oil change is coming up. So in this case, your badge may go yellow saying, hey, here's a tech talk you didn't take, or here's a learning that you missed. So go address that. And now you're back up to speed, because then that pace of change and change of pace is just so rapid. Now we have a tool and a mechanism that lets you, without it being last minute, catch up on things.
Do you have any advice to any partners who are thinking about adding competencies, expanding their relationship with HPE?
Use the tools that are there. Go through Partner Portal. There's so many things that are out there that you need to take advantage. The training is one of them. The other is a wonderful wealth of information that's inside of Seismic, Mapbook. I mean, all these tools are enabled. And the good news is, as a partner, I know that they've listened to the overall partner community.
So, Ed, how have you been able to leverage these learnings with during interactions with your customers?
That's a great question. Because technology is changing so fast, being able to go and keep my badges current for myself, right? Or my sales team, keeping their learnings current. The information that we have is relevant. It reflects what was just released. So the relevancy of the information is super important. As we see all the time, we're up to speed on what NVIDIA is doing, what HPE is doing, what their joint partnership is doing. We're able to have those direct conversations, not with I have to get back to you, or let me go look that up for you kind of conversation. We have credibility. And that's the key, is HPE's built these amazing systems, and you have to have that conversation to give your credibility to the customer for what you're going to be putting together.
So thinking more about the competency areas and the practices that you've formed, can you tell me more about some of the latest and greatest and hottest aspects customers are asking you about?
Well, obviously the biggest challenge customers are facing is, what are we doing about virtualization? This is where I feel really empowered around PCBE. Why? Because today that customer can continue their journey with the product that they may have, but we have a solid roadmap to get them onto HPE VM Essentials, and they'll be able to transition over, building that hybrid cloud on-prem, picking a hypervisor of their choice, while yet delivering success to their end users.
Thank you, Ed. It's been great chatting with you.
Yes.
And thank you for all your time and for delivering great solutions to our customers.
Thank you for enabling us to do what we do.